Hey guys, I'm Tony. I'm a photographer. I'm the director of photography for Rebel Sport. I've done this 13, 14 years, and this is Underexposed. I got into photography via painting. My mum put this paintbrush in my hand and it was like, just try something different. And through there, very slow progress, but realizing, hey, I can get better at this. I went on a Europe trip with my parents. We were walking around in Rome and my dad put this Canon 20D in my hand and we'll just go taking photos of the Colosseum. And I didn't even know how to use it properly at the time. I was so young, but I was just telling him, go shoot that thing. No, I think you should prop it up on that little ledge in front of the Colosseum and try get those little stringy lights. How do you do that? Oh, the slow shutter, cool, try that, that will be cool. And there's a whole line of people trying it out later. So it's like all my earliest experiences, I think, really deeply tied back to like memories with my family and them pushing me artistically to try these things. And I think that is what it's all about. Like being in your uncomfortable zone, but trying something new and then finding the love for it through there. It's a journey. And then realizing, going to university, studying 2D studies, painting there, learning more mediums, being able to touch a lot more different kind of practices, and realizing that I just really love photography because it just offered you the opportunity to be in field, work with subjects, have a connection with them, go take that work, take it back into the lab, tinker with it, create something else. Just offered a lot more play. It was like, it was like clay almost, being able to mold the shoot to something else. I realized that, look, I liked getting my hands on the cameras and learning them and figuring out fun techniques to portray whatever kind of technique, doing the textbook of learn how to shoot astrophotography, all those kinds of things. You also are a product of your environment. You don't know what you can be until you see a pathway forward. And growing up where I grew up, it wasn't really the pathway that a lot of people around me were choosing. So when I was able to see the music industry was thriving a little bit, there was coverage of that, there was access to parties, events, there's weddings, there's lots of avenues that I could take it. And that was pretty eye-opening, thinking, okay, I can be creative and I can partake, and if I have interests of music, I can align them to that. So it's just a good doorway to be able to go and pursue those things. If I had to describe my style, that would be a little bit dark sometimes. I like backlight, I like short, skinny, short light, I like focus drop off, I like grain, I like texture, I like playing with the form of different shapes. If I had it my way, I would light things a little bit more dramatically. Working in a commercial environment, that's not always possible. So how do you still get that artistic, strong vision across and keep your style true? The constant battle. A lot of the time when working with Rebel, you'll get a brief, sell X product. And you've also got to try and hit a customer segment where it's like these people care about the product, therefore they'll buy the product. What I find is I'll give it my full unfiltered version of how I imagine this narrative going. And then everything else from there, I think, has to be a little bit more of the other side of more product beauty shots. If I was to look back on this last little chapter of my career, it's been really beneficial for me to work in this kind of corporate environment. I think trying to stay true to who you are, also keeping everybody's opinions heard, making sure that they're heard in their feedback, making sure that their opinions are considered when rolling things out, when in the conception phase. So it's been great just in terms of conception and production and trying to kind of think of some cool new ways into a market that's already saturated. It's gotten my brain thinking outside of photography per se, but just campaign work in general. And I think now I'm in the stage where I'm really interested in motion, in directing, maybe being a little bit more off the tools. Now that I have that skill set, now it's how do I build a team of great people and get them to do their best work and have a very clear, concise vision. That's where I'm at the moment.